way too early for the fake. This that real game for real bros. No decaf, no cap. Welcome to Shogun Bros, no decaf. Live every weekday, 6:30 in the morning, Central Time. Did you hear what I said? Central Time. We talk dogs, stud line building to yard work, from stud talk to the truth behind the pups. This ain't no highlight reel. It's how you really build legacy. Shogun Bros, no decaf. Pull up, pull up, handle yours. This ain't just content. It's culture. Welcome to the Cookout with TOYO, where family vibes meet front porch truth. No scripts, no filters, just heart, heat, and hot plates. Ooh. Step up with elevated perspective, with elevated game for grown men and women building mind, spirit, and vision. And men at work with pimps over simps. Choice. Real convos, no cap, all purpose for the men behind the mission. 3 shows, 1 network, all gas, no decaf. Put no creamer in my man. Look, Shogun Unlimited, man. Press play and get man. Come on, press play, press play.
Hey yo, what it do, big dog? Big A, can you hear me? Big A, you there?
Yeah. I hear you, man.
Okay.
I guess I was sending to you the wrong link. I guess I sent him the wrong link last night. I've been sending the link.
All right, well, let me say this real quick. He get here.
There you go.
Oh, he here. Hold on. So let me say this for you. Let me say this before he start beating us up, man. Look, Toyo. For this to be a metaphorical cookout, I'd be really nervous about what I bring to the cookout, man. It make no sense how much stress it's costing me to put in the chat when I bring it to your cookout, man. Hey, you're applying pressure to these cats out here, bro, and they know it, man. You know what I'm saying? Salute, bro.
Salute. I ain't really hear all that. What is we already live?
Yeah, we are.
Oh, okay. Whatever. Salute then. Salute. Whatever. Fuck it.
Yeah. Salute. I was sending you the link last night. I sent it today.
Hey, Big A, I ain't even trying to hear that shit, Big A. I ain't even trying to hear that shit, yo. We passed that, yo. We passed that. You know what I mean? I don't know what to say about that shit. It is what it is. Let me see if I got everything right. Hold on. All right. Yeah, everything good. You dropped the link?
Yes, sir. Oh, no, let me drop it now.
Let me see who we got in the building. Salute the queen. What she talking about? What the queen talking about? What she brought? What she brought?
Go dumb on that free like and subscribe button as you enter.
And she said she brought a deck of cards. She lost the jokers. Build a bridge and get over it. Salute. Make more Nagiyoshi. Got the cutlery, bowls, plates, cups, couple bags of ice. Salute that. Nagiyoshi. Yeah. Also bought brownies today. The queen bought brownies today. Okay now. Okay.
Yeah. That's
M1. Salute, brother. M1. You already dropped the link?
Yes, I did. Yeah, I believe I did. Yeah.
All right now. Lil J, what's up, bro? What's up? Yeah. What else we got up in here? Supreme. Salute. Got Quick FC. He said stop by McDonald's and got some breakfast sandwiches. I know some people like them. Salute that. Thanks, Quick FC. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Big Tony. Well, we got West Welker. Hey. Yes, sir. Brother Welsh. Yeah. Salute the Wolf. RBG. Yes. All right now. Yeah. Salute KT. Salute, bro. Yeah.
Salute.
Hey. I know we left off somewhere. Oh shit. Yeah. I was supposed to send non-stop the link. But of course I ain't have no link to send them. So okay, let me see what the fuck is up.
Hey, let me send it. I'll send
He
it to
might.
him direct. I'll send
Yeah,
it to
matter
him
of fact,
direct.
yeah, you can send it to him, please. He
All
might
right.
be up. Nigga might went sleep though. But yeah, salute y'all. I know y'all had things y'all was gonna be talking about continuing today. I mean, that's what y'all said yesterday. So I will turn over the mic to those guys because I think Welsh was schooling us in on some history shit, and other people was trying to say their point of view or whatever. So if they wanted to finish that off, there's no problem with that.
Yeah. My mom, we was talking about the Welch was trying to persuade the chat that let me say this in a way that he don't feel that the slaves were not you know what I'm saying, that but then it might have offended some people because they because bro said his people wasn't slaves, and then you got some motherfuckers in there like, well shit, my people were slaves.
yeah.
So you know what I'm saying. That's what we left off on yesterday. So if y'all want to continue that's the the slave theory or the you know what I'm saying. I ain't even gonna call it no theory because shit. My grandpa, goddamn it, mama was lighter than a motherfucker.
Supreme, you reminded me. You ever seen that movie Hardball with they got the kid G Baby? G Baby like and then he said this, and then so said this. The G Baby got the whole conversation recorded in his mind, man. That's Supreme. You been thinking about that thing, huh?
I mean, when Big Hill was like, "Yeah, do y'all want to pick up from Woo Woo?" and I was telling them, "Shit, we can go on Big Hill show and finish this shit."
Yeah, man.
I think they probably. I don't know. I'm gonna give them a little bit to get up here, but I think maybe people have slept on different things, and I don't know. Maybe they had different ideas or some shit. I don't know. But the mic open for a little bit longer. But let me sit here and talk about what I was talking about. Oh, okay. I gotta drop a couple of things for the people that double back and check out some facts. All right. Okay. Ancient athletes and shit. Ancient athletes. Some of the stuff that they used to eat and stuff, like those. Pick this up off the internet, of course. Coming through the algorithm. But ancient athletes, I think those runners, the ones that was running, I think the ones who dominated the running, the Roman, the Greek shit and all that type shit. You know what I mean? They was running, you know what I mean? They did a lot of weight running, you know what I mean? Weight running. So their diet was mostly consisted of cheese, figs, and barley bread. Cheese, figs, and barley bread.
That's terrible.
Now, this is how they broke it down, though, for these athletes back in the ancient days. Like, this is some of the breakdowns on, like, for the most part, their diet was cheese, figs, and barley. But, like, for different sports that you were in, just like we talk about jobs for the dogs, your diet got kind of specialized. So, but, like, for the majority, they all ate cheese, figs, and barley bread. But, like, for the runners that was running, like, they was running and shit, it was a thing for them to eat the goat meat. That was the meat that they would eat, goat meat. They would eat goat meat. For the wrestlers, they would eat the roosters. Usually they would eat the roosters that survived a cockfight. All right. Now, the strength athletes, they ate the beef. And the whole idea was basically that the athletes would take on the traits of the animals they ate. This is what they was thinking back in ancient times. And I thought that was interesting, so I wanted to share that with y'all this morning. And also, they chose their spices with medicinal properties to season their meat with. You know what I mean? To season their meat with, they chose spices that had medicinal properties. Like, and they used performing enhancing herbs that was added to their water diluted wine. So they was drinking water diluted wine. So that was just me sharing some thoughts with you.
You know why they drank wine back then like that? It's because the water wasn't clean necessarily. You know,
Okay.
so that's one of the reasons why they would water down wine a little bit, because wine was like a disinfectant to a lot of germs, the alcohol.
Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, it's because like especially during the medieval times, like they had a point in time where it'd be so many bodies in the water, dead animals and stuff like that. It didn't matter if you boiled it or not. So at one point in time, all they drank was wine. That would be what you would drink, on a regular basis for the most part.
I used to think it was because the times were so rough and shit. You had to have something to take the edge off, huh?
Well, they come with that too,
That's how the wine head was created.
Also, I had one more though. It was something called Greek mountain tea. Y'all ever heard of that? Greek mountain tea?
No.
Greek mountain tea, aka ironwort, comes from the Sideritis plant. It's like a green Mediterranean. It's like in the Mediterranean mountains, Albania and Bulgaria and Macedonia. But it's like it's some type of tea. They call it the Greek mountain tea. And got boosts your immune system, anti-inflammatory properties. And, they used to drink that too. Some people called it the shepherd's tea. They was drinking it in the high mountains. Whatever. So that was interesting too. So those are some things y'all might could look up in your own time. And just some fun facts, might find a use for them or anything. I was just interested in it. Well, we got Welsh up in here. I see Welsh. Is that Welsh?
Yeah.
Who's that?
Yep.
On stage.
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro. You got the grill, bro. Go ahead. Finish what you was talking. You was schooling. Go ahead, bro. If you're in here.
Yeah.
Is that him?
I'm trying to hook up this Bluetooth. Give me a second. I'm trying to hook up this Bluetooth.
All right, take your time, bro. Take your time.
Yeah.
Who else we got up on the stage? We got who's that?
Check this out. Initially, Greek athletes primarily consumed a rich diet of carbohydrates. Their staples included dried figs, moist cheese, and bread made from ancient grains such as wheat and barley. Man, you hit that on, man. These foods were not merely sustenance. Excuse me, man. They were believed to strengthen both the body and the mind. Dried figs were a particularly significant staple value to their high carbohydrate content, fiber, and some iron. Barley, consumed as a bread or porridge, and served as a crucial source of carbohydrates. Moist cheese provided a substantial source of protein, especially important given the challenges of preserving fresh milk in the warm Mediterranean climate. And that's another thing, Big Hill, man, we ain't put in the whole context of the time, man. A lot of those foods, man, they had to eat a certain way or preserve it a certain way, and cheese was one of the best ways you could preserve that dairy. You know? Yeah. It says the introduction and role of meat. While early diets were largely plant. What, you about to say something?
No.
Oh, okay. It say while early diets were largely plant-based, a notable shift occurred when gradual introduction of meat into the athletic regimen. This change is reportedly linked to figures such as trainer Pythagoras. If anybody's heard that, I probably butchered the name. Yeah, I butchered that name, boy. Pythagoras, who advocated for a meat diet for his athletes, and the long distance runner Dromius. Anybody know Dromius? I know I'm butchering that one. Of Stephalos, credited with being the first to incorporate meat into his training, leading to significant competitive success. This dietary evolution, moving from primarily plant-based approach to one that included
Substantial.
Yes, no,
Substantially.
I look, man. Meat suggested an early I'm butchering these words today, man. Into it, like, bro.
That shit.
Hey, you trying though, bro? You getting it in though? You digging in though, bro?
Hey, man, look, hey, no, I be on it, man. I be reading like a mug, man. Today is just one of them days, boy.
Hey, can't nobody laugh. I be doing the same thing. At least you trying. You wrestling with the words. Get it in, bro.
Big A ain't got no problem with it, man. I love the pressure, you know.
Yes, sir.
What was I at? I done lost my place now.
Lost every fucking thing.
Yeah, I done messed up the whole damn man. Okay, yeah. All right, here we go. This dietary evolution moving from primarily plant-based approach to one that included substantially substance meat suggested an early intuitive understanding to protein's role in muscle growth and performance, even in the absence of modern nutritional science. The anecdotes of Pythagoras' recommendation and Dromius' subsequent victories indicate that athletes and their trainers observed a direct correlation between meat consumption and improved physical capabilities, such as increased strength and endurance. This demonstrates a practice, results-oriented approach to nutrition, where empirical observation guided dietary choices, even if the underlying scientific mechanisms were unknown.
Yes, sir. Give that man a round of applause for salute. Yes, sir.
I appreciate y'all patience, man. Appreciate the patience.
That's right. Basically, man, you know, that's some Spartan shit, man. That's what I'm trying to say, man. I be just, you know, some people be on optimum performance levels, and they be trying to get the best of what they got around them. So, you know, it's nice to dig back and see what they was thinking about. Like some of these people that was eating this stuff, or doing these things that we're talking about or whatever. Well, it was kind of related to the Roman games and war, Spartans, the Spartans and stuff like that. You know, and they used to run. Like, I'm gonna give you an example of some of the things they used to do for you know, just the games it was. Like they had a race where they would race, I think like 800 meters or so. I don't know, it was a far race. They would race with all that uniform on, that whole uniform. And they say them jokers could run for days though, man. So
nah, that's for real. Hey,
this real shit. So like, you know, it's like, you know, just digging into different levels of things, man. That's all it is. And I'm just sharing it with y'all whenever I come across some of it. But I know a lot of y'all already know things. Y'all already digging into stuff. You know what I mean? Like Spartans or whatever super dudes y'all like or whatever. You know, Spartans was just on my mind at the time. But you know what I mean? I'm ready to dig over into other places too. But yeah, I'm ready to turn the mic over to Big Brother Welsh if he ready. Or you still busy with the Bluetooth?
TOYO trying to connect that Bluetooth.
Yes, sir. What's up, Dre?
Yeah, I wanted to add something to that too, man. Because man, bro, you be coming in with some topics to be real interesting to me, man. And so, I don't know if any of y'all like do the weightlifting thing, but like in conjunction with all that, man, there's a story that's told about that Dromius guy that Big A was talking about, and they said he had a calf, right? And he would take the calf to market, but every day he would carry the calf to the marketplace. You know what I'm saying? But he never could sell it. So every day he had to carry it back home. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? He carried it. As the cow gets bigger, each day he's taking it back and forth to the market. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And eventually it's a grown cow. He's carrying a grown cow on his shoulder. You know? But he's considered the father of modern weightlifting. You know what I'm saying? Like progressive overload. Like if he started off day one trying to carry a full grown cow, he couldn't have done it. But because he did it little by little, day after day after day, By the time, you know what I'm saying, by the time the cow was grown, you know, he was only adding a couple extra pounds per day going to and from the market. So by the time the cow got grown, he could carry the whole cow. You know what I'm saying? So I just thought some of the Roman stories are pretty cool, man.
Yeah, real talk. Sometimes I'll be watching it over maybe in different countries in Africa when them guys be out the yard lifting up whatever, trying to get in shape. You know what I mean? They make shift whatever. I seen them with all types of things lifting that shit up. I be like, dang. Y'all seen any of the videos?
Toyo?
Yeah, that's me. Yeah.
Toyo, let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
Why is it that what were we talking about yesterday? You said that they brought Africans from Africa to America. So what's the reason? First of all, do you know the parts of Africa that they talking about? Do you know exactly which parts they talking about?
Hell no. First of all, hold on. That wasn't me that was saying that shit. What I said, I was just talking about the subject. Now, I ain't making like I was no expert in none of this shit. I'm listening to you. I'm listening to the other people. Like, you know, I was hold on, time out, Supreme. Hold the fuck up. God dang. Now, I was born in Annapolis, Maryland. And then the things I do know, like, you know, I was born in Annapolis, Maryland. There's a lot of slave shit around there. If you know anything about Annapolis or whatever. So
I know a lot about Annapolis.
You know what I mean? You know, that's where the Naval Academy at. That's where one of the first ports, I think, where they first was selling the slaves at. So now these all little stories. I wasn't no slave. You know what I mean? Now, my grandmother was an Eskimo. And, you know, it's all mixed up things. So we all was curious. Now, you said you knew something, so we were just listening. So don't give me no charge.
Well, if you but I'm saying, you know, the truth is always in front of you. If you pay attention to all them old Western shows, and you pay attention to the movies, and especially Pirates of the Caribbean, you would notice that it was always limitations. And then we keep talking about these goddamn people came over here on these wood ships when that ain't happened. See, if you knew the truth, do you know about the Cabbage Patch Kids? Do you know about that?
No, explain it to me. Now hold up, that wood ship. Hold up, time out before you go there. The wood ship shit has still not been proven. Like, that's something you threw out there, but like, it's still people saying, man, come on, man. Some of them boats made it. Like, we even got a couple of them down. I think we got one downtown Baltimore. You know, that's been there for a long fucking time. The Constellation.
That ship in Baltimore did not come from Africa, big fella. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I know what ship you talking about downtown. That ship did not come from Africa, bro.
School me in. I'm riding. School me in.
Listen. I'm gonna just make this simple as possible, bro. So the reason why, of course, we invented the locomotive with the trains and all that shit. But the reason why people thinking that the ships did make it across, and this is why people got to go back and look at them old Cabbage Patch Kids commercials back in the 80s and 90s. Go back and look at these Westerns, movies and all that, even Wild Wild West. All of that told you, but people didn't catch it. When them boats had got to certain places, bro, they had to take a train to come into the Americas. That's what people don't realize. They had to take a train, bro, to come into the Americas. You did not sail on a wooden ship and come all the way to America. If you go back and do that is the truth about the Cabbage Patch Kids. And a lot of people didn't catch that. Again,
why was they called the Cabbage Patch Kids? Say it again. What was the relationship? The Cabbage Patch Kids. What did the Cabbage Patch come from?
Boy, y'all should have did this show last. Okay, so
salute, Elevated. I see you with the jalapeno. I see you with the cornbread and all that. Salute, bro.
So during the simple I can make this, if you know your history about the shit they did with the Jews and all these white people that was in these concentration camps and all this shit, most of them were actual slaves. Now, when boy, she did this last. So before, but with them transitioning to America, it did not happen by ship because it's only so much I can explain if you don't know those particular oceans and you're not seeing the videos. That's why I told people when the chat was done, go watch these videos because me saying it and you not going to see it, I'ma still have to explain it to you.
I got you. So if you ain't watching
Because
videos, that ain't doing
again, Toyo, if these fishermen ships are not crossing these oceans, how the fuck is a wooden vessel from the 18 and early 1900s doing it?
Hey,
I mean, it's
listen,
not
this was crazy.
even.
This is what I knew was gonna happen, right? Like them niggas that had the flip side of the coin and shit. I don't know if they still in the building, but they're gonna leave me in the yard for you to beat upside my head with this shit. They all that shit answers they had yesterday. I don't see them. But yeah, go ahead, keep on, man. Go ahead.
But we'll touch back on the ship thing when somebody or whoever controlling the screen could easily pull it up. They could easily pull it up, and we can talk about the shit while we watch it because ain't no wooden ship cross all those seas, bro. Like,
so that's what. So is that what the main point is? So you saying ain't none of them wooden ships make it over here for us to be even saying that we need to stop right there? That's the big hole in the shit right there. The wooden ship.
Soon as I remember this lady name.
I have a question. I just have one question, man.
It's a Caucasian lady who wrote a book about the same situation.
Listen, I got a question. I have a question, man. Look, well, if the wooden ships didn't make it, how did Columbus get from point A to point B?
I just told you. You went from ship to train to ship to train. They never stayed on the sea the whole time.
Yeah, we're gonna need some videos. We might need some videos. We might need some videos and some shit on that. Goddamn it, like ship to train. Christopher Columbus and them going from ship to train and shit.
Toyo. Look. Have you seen the old maps?
For everybody in the chat, Google when the first train was made. So if you're saying that Columbus went from boat to train, and the first train was made in 1804, you got to clarify that, man. Because
they had trains before 1800s. They had trains before the 1800s. They had trains before the 1800s, fellas.
In America, though, but they had the Chinamen building our train systems in America, though, didn't they?
Bro, the trains was here before them dates. That's the problem. People not looking at
these dates. We gotta check these dates because you didn't got Christopher Columbus getting off a boat, getting on the train.
I mean,
he must have a time travel box in there between there because goddamn it, the trains wasn't even built. Yeah,
I don't say much. Hey, I don't say much when they get to when people start speaking. They you know what they saying. But we talked about that mentor stuff yesterday. Y'all be very careful who you take information from and how you and how that information is received. We in the age of information. There's facts out there. You can't just let anybody say anything and take it and run with it. You know what I'm saying? So with that,
so Big A, let me ask you a question, Big A.
I'm out of it. All I want to say is this: when you start saying,
I mean, because y'all giving Columbus a whole lot of clout that he don't even got nothing to do with.
I'm not saying that. But your point is, this is what you said. I'm going off of the facts of what you said, and we gonna lean on that. You said he went from boat to plane, from boat to train, and went in 1492. And the first locomotive was in the United Kingdom in 1804. You got
the first documented.
Man, he forgot to tell us that Christopher Columbus was a time traveler, yo.
Bro, I'm just saying, man, y'all be careful who y'all take this information from, because that right there, you got to clarify that. Go show me the first locomotive. Since you saying it was locomotives before that, you got to show me where the first locomotive is and where that was from, because that ain't making a damn bit of sense, bro. Come on, man. We talking to the public now, man.
Talk to them, bro. They try to turn you into a charlatan.
Hey. People that's been indoctrinated and that don't want to do the work, that's how they talk, big fella. Because at the end of the day, when you look at all those pictures with Christopher Columbus, who else you see on the ship? Who else you see?
Macy Gray.
All I know is that they were trading from boats. Forget the slaves. They were trading on boats, guaranteed, documented from 1492 forward. We can say that. That is a guarantee. We can leave the slaves out of it. You know for a fact that wooden boats was traveling across the seas then. Come on, man. Come on. You got to put some fact to that, bro. Because this is like,
Welsh, you got to dig in the bag, Welsh. You got to dig in the bag. The chat said you got. The chat said you got Christopher Columbus on the boat, the train, and the airplane, and the Airbnb.
Bro, like you can say, like some stuff I can sit here and listen to and be like, okay, man, maybe I need to look into this. But this right here, man, this is.
Okay. You were just talking about Rome. You was just talking about Rome and all that shit. Well,
right.
Where did they get their stuff from? Because they didn't have it on their own.
If I'm listening to you, I guess FedEx is
No. Hold on. Listen.
The Romans got their stuff from the Greeks. The Greeks got their stuff from Africa.
Hey, so which is the roughest sea? The Drake Passage is the roughest sea, ain't it?
Bro, only 5% of the sea even been discovered.
The Drake Passage, right? I'm just asking the roughest seas. You can categorize some of the roughest seas. The Drake Passage, the South Sea. Ain't the Drake Passage above the South Sea?
Let me look at my map. Where my tablet?
They say that motherfucker was passed successfully in 1616.
Is Brother Don stop in the back? Last time I think was in the back for a long time.
Nah, man, because I be moving. I don't even be looking at the screen sometimes, man. I'm tripping. I'm stationary now. I sent it to him directly on.
Shit,
WhatsApp.
That's good. That's what's up then. That's what's up. Shit, that's what's up.
I sent it to him directly on WhatsApp.
Oh shit, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Damn, Welch, I ain't want them turn on you in the yard and shit. I'm trying to get some knowledge and shit. No. Y'all doing right. Y'all doing right. Cause y'all got a question. Y'all got a question shit.
Well,
you know what I mean?
I fool with you, Well,
see, this the thing though. It's only so much on here I can talk. I actually have documents. I'm not going on Google, because Google is controlled by a certain agency and you can't see everything you need to see. So I don't have to go on Google to do that. And number two, them same people that y'all was just talking about this morning used to think that tomatoes was poisonous, but you telling me that they had navigation to go to all these places. that shit is crazy. That shit is crazy.
Without a doubt.
Hold on, time out. Then the navigation thing, I did say something about the other day when we was talking, and I thought the navigation was through. I thought it might be. Don't call. I might be dumb with saying this, but I thought they used the stars the whole time.
That's what I'm about to say, Toyo. That's what I'm saying, because you can go to the Bible, look at the three kings. You know what I'm saying? You could go to the Bible and look at the three kings.
That's how they travel. They always look at the stars, because the stars is gonna be the stars move a certain way or whatever. I don't know the science.
Who used the stars, Toyo?
We about to dig
right
now.
People in ancient times, when they traveled, the people in ancient times, they used the stars to travel.
But hold on, Toyo. Listen to what I'm asking you, Toyo.
Hey, look, time out. Hey, man, look, y'all can go look at go follow Graham Halftime. You know what I'm saying? He got 3 documentaries on Netflix. He's done his research. I've done some research. You know what I'm saying? I'm still not going to talk about what I know to the fullest extent because I know what I know, but I'm going to let y'all see it for yourself. Man, look, they got LiDAR. This is thing called LiDAR, man. And LiDAR can see through the ground to where they don't have to excavate and do all that other stuff, man. Man, I'm trying to tell you, man, like in South America, man, they got villages that had over estimated over 1 million people there. You know what I'm saying? But I don't take it from me, man. Go watch that. You know what I'm saying?
All that information old though. All that information old. The Air Force and Navy use that shit. That shit old.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is when you say you talking about a locomotive, you talking about boats and stuff before, you know what I'm saying? And then you saying, you know, all of this other stuff, man, they have been using these stars to be navigating. You know what I'm saying? That was the first form of navigation over, you know what I'm saying? And like, you know, you got islands of people that live on the water. That live on the water, man. So, you know, when you start saying that, man, like you got to be careful, you know, how you wording this stuff, man, and how you relaying this information, man, because like, you reach it, bro.
He got a couple. He got like somebody in the chat. Salute SDA. SDA said. Let me see. SDA said. Because it's kind of leaning towards Welsh was saying. There's a city where they took the road up and found roads underneath, covered in magnet. They said the old world had mastered magnetism. They must have had levitating cars or something. Now, that's kind of leaning towards what Welsh was saying. You know,
man,
so the argument's still there, but y'all gotta, you know, like you can't get. Listen. I can understand if you know something and somebody else ain't getting it, but you know what I mean. You gotta understand how we all come up. You understand?
But hold on.
So we is listening, but the burden of proof is on you. You fighting against people that's been already, you know, programmed, like you said, whatever. Like how so you got to prove this shit. You got to tell us. You got, you know, if you want to. You know,
why they not using wooden ships no more, Toyo? Because metal and steel costs a lot more. So why they not using wooden ships no more? If it was so successful, why they not using?
I mean, like anything else, I'm sure things evolve, but I know that we all seen trees. I know that we all seen trees floating in the water and all types of water. So like, it's all about the, you know, like the ships. I'm not a ship maker, but like I'm seeing it like a ship. It depending on how you build the ship. Like if you're building the ship out of one solid piece of wood, or if you got a whole lot of seams in it. I don't know, bro. I don't know.
You might be doubting yourself, man. I think you might have the skills to build it. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna start you off with a tracker boat first.
You know the sad part. You know the sad part. There's a Caucasian lady who has a book and a document about this, and she talks about this whole Columbus thing and how when people try to show them the truth, this is a white lady saying this, that most of you niggas would just ignore it because you've been indoctrinated so much. And matter of fact, I might have to drop down and then come back up with her information because I actually posted her. I post her information like once a year, and this is a white lady that came out with this documentary about the whole Columbus thing in these wooden ships. You know, but again, if you convince that them wooden ships went across all that sea and brought however many that they claimed that came over here, then hey, I'm gonna let you deal with that.
My thing is this, bro. Fuck the ships, all that. If the question is of slavery, if the question is of slavery, I got too many motherfuckers around me that have told me stories about the slavery shit. I could bring Pops on here and tell you about his grandmother having her slave shackles and her freedom papers and all that. So slavery had to be, and I've been in areas like you. The first argument was the fact that you were saying that the slave shit wasn't true, but now
it's prisoners of war.
Now we sticking on these boats.
War, bro.
Okay, when you calling this prisoners of wars, but now we on these boat shits, and we don't need to get stuck on the boat shit, because like basically, is you erasing the whole slavery thing, or you just saying they had the mode of transportation you arguing? Which one is you arguing? What point is you arguing?
Listen, I'm gonna say the same thing I said yesterday. Every country that's under a certain for Guyana, for example, Guyana is still under Portugal law. Guyana and Brazil is still under Portugal law because Portugal took them over back in the day. Listen to what I'm saying. So with America only being 65 years old, what was the name of America before 265 years ago? And I just told y'all it was a group of Haitians that was here before George Washington and before Columbus. But yet nobody came on here this morning and was able to speak about that information because they didn't take time to do the research. But you try to tell me about some fucking wooden ships and Christopher Columbus and shit.
Nah, I ain't telling you about no wooden ships and Christmas.
No, not you.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
not you, but I'm just saying, like, we talking about.
Yeah, it was people on Netflix. It was people here. But I agree that it was people here before Christopher Columbus. I don't think that was the argument either. The argument was about slavery. And some of y'all niggas, some of y'all niggas saying y'all was free. Some of y'all niggas is saying that y'all was free. Some of y'all niggas is acting like y'all wasn't slaves and all that, which is cool. Like y'all family ain't come from slaves and all that shit, which big ups to y'all. Big ups to whoever family ain't come from slaves. And I can see where that could be. But my question was, can you deny slavery, period? And if you doing that, where's your facts?
You can't, because I just said that. I said it yesterday. You cannot deny it because it's prisoners of war. I said it 100 times.
Oh, okay. Whatever you want to call it. Whatever you want to call it. That's just a label you want to call it. But that shit really happened. So was that, to deny that shit happened. You know, it's kind of disrespectful.
It's not denying it.
Okay.
It's not denying it. You think you overthinking it.
I got one question. Is the prisoner of war title before the slavery title? Are you saying that we got two titles? The first title was prisoner of war, and then the second title after prisoner of war is slave? Or you just gonna take the slave title away and just say we were just prisoners of war forced to do labor and get raped and shit like that?
Well, that's what it was. That's why with Big A, when he's talking about the fucking documentary, it's crazy he didn't see the documentary that they talked about the Indians, where they said no matter how much bondage we give them, when we force them to try to do something, they won't breed, they won't do this, they won't do this. It's funny y'all niggas ain't find that shit, but you trying to talk about some other documentary on goddamn Netflix when you have these documents where they telling you that these people are prisoners of war. If Russia, that's why I said if Russia take over Ukraine, them people in Ukraine gonna be serving Russia, meaning they turning them into their slaves, but they're prisoners of war because you're a prisoner from the fucking war, bro. So this shit is in writing.
Let me ask you another question. Let me ask another question. Weren't they warring in Africa?
Bro, they was warring everywhere, but why? And I'm glad you said Africa again, because America used the 12-month calendar, Ethiopia still used the 13-month calendar, and Ethiopia never got conquered. So do we really want to dig deep into this?
All right, so if they was, I'm just asking, so you answered the question for me. They was warring in Africa.
So we could get deep. I ain't gotta go on Netflix.
Now the motherfuckers that were captured in war from Africa, where did they end up? Because they all ain't come to America. Some of them ended up in another country closer to Africa. Some ended up in America. So I'm just asking you, were none of them captured people from Africa never sent to the Americas?
Listen, bro, most of them didn't even, most of them didn't even fucking survive, bro. Listen to me. Please just listen. Have anybody in here watched the show American Gods? Did you watch the show American Gods with, what's his name? I forgot the nigga name, whatever his name is, but when he gave the speech on the slave ship, did anybody in here watch American Gods?
I don't even watch a lot of TV, I ain't gonna count.
I don't watch TV either. I watch more documentaries. But the show got canceled because he was putting too much truth out there, and they wound up canceling the show. Because when he gave that speech on the slave ship with the slaves about the whole situation, bro, the truth is out there, but people just choose to ignore it.
That's where we at with it, though, bro. That's where we at with it. This is where I'm saying.
But again, it's prisoners of war. Because if you, bro, listen. And with Dre being in the military, this is documents that he need to pull up. Because if you look at all the countries that's been invaded that became slaves, it was a war first. That is a prisoner of fucking war, bro. Before every even with the Jewish people, if you could find a real we're Jewish because the real Jews are dark skinned people, but as far as the Jewish side, if you ask them about their history, they're going to tell you that they were prisoners of wars and then they became slaves to the people that imprisoned them, bro. What do you like? Niggas making this shit too difficult. It's the prisoners of war. Prisoners always came before the slavery part. You turned into a slave.
I'm cool with you saying that because all you're doing is changing it. You know, that's better for you, a better taste for you to say or whatever. You know, I'm cool with you saying that. Ain't no problem with you saying that. Now,
okay. Listen, you say your people.
Hold up. Let me get a little something there. Like, listen, man. The whole thing, like, when y'all talking, like, ain't nobody on neither side gonna get through certain gray areas. You know what I mean? Because basically, just like you said, Big A watched Netflix, but then you using a reference from American Gods. I don't know if that's on Netflix or HBO, but like it's the same shit. Like these documents that you're reading, and it's documents for the other side. So it comes to the point of, do you trust the sources of those documents at a certain point in time? You did what I'm saying? So is your documents going to be more credible than the next person's documents? Because we've all seen, a lot of people ain't commenting because since this information era has built us up with all this information, all of us did heard all that shit before. It's just that ain't nobody like you and somebody else is picking that shit and clinging to that shit. You know, it's just new information coming out that we might not have knew coming up in high school or growing up with. So now that we older,
it's not new information though.
Okay, I mean, no, not new information, but new to some people. All right, new to some people. So when they get that new seed, and they think it's true, some people just cling to the shit. You know, without. So it's nothing wrong with it, but like we debating it or whatever. But right now we're at a point where nobody can push through without any documentation or anything like that. And like I said, it's about references to a white lady, and he gonna have references to somebody or whatever. So where we gonna be at with it at the end of the day?
Last night, SJ was at the free throw line.
But see, this is the thing, Toyo. This is the thing. This is the difference between the person Big A talking about on Netflix and the show I'm telling you. The show I'm telling you is about a story that they still teach the kids in Africa today about this whole story. So no, it's not about this person and this person. I'm talking a fact that you can actually go see for yourself. Not talking about no goddamn Netflix. If you didn't have the internet, if you didn't have the fucking internet, you can still fly on the plane and go to Africa and hear the same goddamn story that they'll tell you that shit never happened.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
so I ain't talking about no motherfucking Netflix. I traveled the world, bro. I was lucky enough to be able to travel, bro. I'm talking about shit I know and seen and met, not no motherfucking subscription, bro.
Okay.
What are you talking about? Like, come on, man. Like, y'all that's funny as shit. Man, get out of here with that shit.
Well, bro, humble yourself, man. Humble yourself. You know, just spit your knowledge, bro, without an arrogant standpoint to it, though, bro. Because what you're telling us goes against everything we've been taught for the last 50 years, some of us.
I mean, I know that y'all not the only ones I talk to it about, though. Y'all not the only ones.
The only one we don't talk to either, though. I don't work with more scientific niggas telling me that, man, pay taxes. I'm like, well, let me see your pay stub then. The nigga will never show me his pay stub. They're always telling me,
Mike, you want me to hold you up?
And this and this and this and this. And I'm like, man,
I hate this.
Hey, I can't hear Solo, bro. Somebody got to turn off the background so I can hear Solo, bro. Somebody mute their shit so I can hear Solo what he's saying. Go ahead, Solo.
I'm saying the stuff that he's saying ain't really new to me either because I've been around more Science Temple niggas. Niggas telling me that they ain't got to pay taxes and that they sovereign citizens and that we don't descend from what we thought we was, and this and this and this. To be honest with you, bro, a lot of that shit sounded like mumbo jumbo to me. You know what I'm saying? The shit didn't sound credible to me because when I asked the nigga to show me his pay stub, the nigga never would show it to me. And I'm like, well, damn, nigga, if you figured out a way not to pay taxes, let me know. But he never would show it. So,
and I said yesterday, the Moorish Science Temple, that's a different story.
But you saying that we don't descend from slaves, right? You saying that the fact or the concept of somebody bringing a ship full of people here was ludicrous. Well, how did white people get here, bro? How did the United States start a colony here? A colony of what? Great Britain? How did they get here if ships weren't able to cross seas then, bro? How? And how are there records of communication between the colonists in England, right? How did what was that? The Revolutionary War when the British came here, and I mean they fought the British. How did they get over here, bro? So how did just explain that? How did white people get here then? Let's not even talk about blacks. How did the European or Caucasian man get from that continent to this continent if ships were not viable in the 1600s and 1700s? Just explain that to me. Are you saying they're native to this land too?
I mean, I already explained it. Y'all don't want to hear that version of it. I already explained it. Every old movie you look at, you see a group of them coming in on a fucking train. It shows you. They don't show you. They came through in the fact that they still have these trains around and none of the ships. But y'all keep talking about the ships. But if that's what you, hey, listen.
Start? How did they get to Australia, right? Because they didn't just come here, right? They came.
Well, you do remember that certain lands were together and certain lands did split.
Bro, that's Pangea, bro. That was millions of years ago. There's no land mass that connects Australia with Europe. That hasn't been for millions and millions of years. So again, how did Europeans arrive in Australia to be able to kill off the Aborigines and take their land? How did they arrive here to be able to kill off the Native American and take their land? How did they arrive in South Africa? They arrived there. They arrived all over the globe, bro. They did this through ships. They were able to cross the waterways with ships, bro.
I never said they didn't use ships. Y'all keep twisting the words. I never said they didn't use ships. I said they didn't go the distance that y'all claiming they went with the ships. That's what I said. That's what I said.
The credible shit you said was that Columbus and them rode the ship, got off the ship, and got on the train and got back on the ship. I don't understand that.
They did because with he talking about the Moorish Science Temple, if he really had got the real information, he would be able to touch more on the ship in the Columbus theory because they was the ones on the ship with his ass.
Man, I believe
so with people, if you missing a bunch of information, you're not gonna get it.
Yeah, that's some incredible event. Like, if that shit true, that this nigga rode the ship and then they all got off the ship and went to the train station and then got on another. Man, I ain't never heard that. And we let you get away with saying that shit right here, like that shit crazy right there to me. But if that shit real, they ain't never taught us that shit. They had the train, the plane, and all that shit.
Hey,
salute, goddamn it. Amtrak like a motherfucker.
Planes existed before modern times, but they don't talk about that. But it's documented, but they don't teach you that in school. They teach you about airplanes right before the first war. The first.
They teach us about the Wright brothers. That's who they teach us who made the first plane.
Yeah, it's the information is there, but
had the technology to build ships, bro.
What is true?
They said ancient Africa could build the ships and travel. They said ancient Africa could build the ships and go wherever they want to go. So you saying that they couldn't do that back then?
Hey, y'all. Hey, we got 5 minutes left, man. Toyo, you always be turning it up. Hey, man, Toyo be on one, man. Salute, Toyo. Hey, we got to make these rounds, man. Non-stop. What's going on, man? Lone Wolf, Sported Dog Archive, man. Hey, man. Welsh, where can they find you at, bro?
At the goddamn Smithsonian downtown Washington, D.C.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, bro.
I know that's
Yes,
right.
sir.
I know that's right. hey, Welsh, aka Mr. Smithsonian, man.
Yeah, get him, Welsh.
Yeah,
Fuck
you
that.
know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Ain't nothing but love. Come to the cookout tomorrow. You know you always. It's always a pleasure, bro.
All y'all got passports. All y'all got passports because we need to shoot a Dog Man documentary because listen, it's all that wood shit sound good until we get on that goddamn plane and go see this shit firsthand.
So
that's all I'm saying.
Africa could make them shits back in the day. Ancient Africa, like ancient Kemet, but the civilization before.
Of course, Supreme. Of course, Supreme. Listen to me, Supreme. Listen to me. Me and you both know that, but the people that they saying did not do it.
Hey, we gotta make these rounds, man. Y'all, we gotta make these rounds.
Yeah, get on. I'm gonna get on up out here. Hope we pick it right back up tomorrow. It ain't nothing, y'all. Welch told y'all go do some homework.
I'm about to send all y'all passport applications. That's what the fuck.
With all due respect, bro, some of that shit sound flat out ridiculous. And you ain't finna blow my house.
I mean, you say it sounds ridiculous, but when people try to convince me that they came over here on wood ships and took over America, I mean that shit sounds crazy. Hey, we might as well listen to fairy tales every day.
Right now, it's still here. It's still dominating.
Hey, Solo, where can they find you at, bro?
In the chat, dispelling Welch Kennels Combine.
Hey, matter of fact, Solo. You ever think about it like this? That we brought them here, Solo. You ever thought about it like that?
Welsh, we'll be here tomorrow, man. Hey, I know the food good, man. But y'all, hey, Toyo, man, you got.
All right, y'all. Go ahead, let that man make the round so we can get up out of here, man. Y'all heard what Big Dre said earlier. Go ahead, man. Let's go ahead and cut this joint off till tomorrow. I love it when we got to kick y'all niggas out, though. I love it when we got to kick y'all niggas out. Kick them motherfuckers out, Big A.
Exactly.
Mute them motherfuckers, Big A. Mute them. That's all. Mute them.
Hey, no more alcohol. Hey, they on no more alcohol tomorrow. We on alcohol's restriction. Ain't no alcohol tomorrow. Y'all can do what you got to do. But, man, hey, Toyo, what you be putting in the sauce, man? God, dog, boy. Man, you did it again, boy. You did it again. Man, but you know what it is, man. We got Elevated Perspective coming up next, man. And after that, man, we got Men at Work. But we got that Digital Dog Show coming up at the end of the month. And it's the biggest Digital Dog Show to date. We got $600, over $600 in cash prizes going to winners of each category. And on top of that, it's free to enter. It is free to enter, man. And the days are ticket, man, because the 31st coming up quick. It's coming up quick, man. You might want to get in there and get some of this cash, man. Get off of that ass and get some of this cash. But other than that, man, we got the digital dog of the week. That's every week to week. Man, every Friday, man. Send in them shots, man. Monday through Thursday, man. We'll showcase your dog. And winners of everything, man. All the dogs we're going to celebrate. We're going to holler your kennel name out. We're going to holler your dog, and we're going to show it every day of the week. Every chance we get to, we're going to celebrate that dog, man. So it is what it is, man. It ain't just about us. It's about y'all, too, man. But other than that, man, I'm going to pass it over to that boy Toyo, man.
Yes, sir. Salute. Bulldog community, it's your brother Big Toyo. Y'all stay royal, I'm gonna stay loyal. I see y'all tomorrow at the next go. Salute to Welsh, salute to Supreme, salute to Solo Well Connected, salute to all of y'all, salute to all the dishes y'all brung, and I hope to see y'all again tomorrow. Salute.
Yes, sir, man.
Hey, Supreme, look on my page and look up the post with the train and the white people standing out there. Read that post. That's all I got to say about that.
And we out.
Yeah. Big drop slow, head not flow. Blood don't lie, it's that old yellow line. Sack it from the south, Michonne on the rise. Boogeyman bark, leave a mark every time. We don't breathe for clout, we breathe for spine. DNA thick, can't clone this pride. That Shogun blood, yeah, the legends don't die. Started with Boogeyman, ghost in the chain, locked in the game, never moved for fame. Old mountain lines run deep in the flame. Sock about the fire, Michonne brought the name. Then came Fat Boy, muscle in the frame. Man, hard, put respect on the name. Shotgun smooth, but the work insane. Sugar sweet jit, but a bite ain't tame. Kiki in the back, had a game in the veins. Gatorade heavy, ran it straight through the rain. Red Ninja close, watch him work in the lane. Renegade rider can't hold that chain. Blood don't lie, it's that old yellow line. Sock it from the south, Michonne on the rise. Boogeyman bark, leave a mark every time. We don't breathe for clout, we breathe for spine. DNA thick, can't clone this pride. That Shogun blood, yeah, the legends don't die. Ain't no luck, just grit and grind. Every dog here put work in time. Lady Rage got that fire in her eyes. Red alert taught us how to recognize signs. Blood heavy like a 2-ton chain. Everything proven, no need to explain. They asked what's in it, that yellow campaign. Built off real, we don't fake no strain. Second with the flame, Michonne lit the wick. If you know, then you know that line too slick. From the field to the show, every move so thick you can't blueprint this. It's the legacy pick. Blood don't lie, it's that old yellow line. Second from the south, Michonne on the rise. Boogeyman bark, leave a mark every time. We don't breathe for clout, we breathe for spine. DNA thick, can't clone this pride. That Shogun blood, yeah, the legends don't die. Yeah.